Hey guys, Big Anthony here. It is the last day of November. It's November 30th, 2021. And one of the things I've been doing since I've been off, as if you guys don't know, if you're new to the channel or just tuning in, I've been home for the past, I think this is the seventh week, taking care of my wife who's recovering from COVID pneumonia. I'll do a separate video on that, but she's doing well and still recovering, but so I'm home. So with all the chores and stuff I have to do during the day, at night, the last couple nights, I've been searching for some to watch and rewatch some prepping related movies, because I want to refresh my mind and come up with some new ideas. Maybe I'm missing something. So sometimes in a movie, it's good to see something depicted. Number one, it gets you thinking. And number two, it may spur you on to some more action. So you see something in the movie, hey, I need to do that. I need to beef up my security. I need to beef up winter clothing, whatever it is that the movie spurs in you. A lot of these survival movies, and some of them are good, some of them are not so good, but they get you thinking, feeling, and acting to take action. And so that I watched a movie the other night. It's called The Survivalist 2021. I believe it just came out. I saw it listed, so I was able to watch it. One of the stars of the movie looked familiar, but his face looked familiar, but I really don't know the actor. But there was one actor in there who I do know, and most of you will know if you've been around and watched movies. John Malkovich. He's a great actor. He's in a lot of different roles. He's just got something about him that he's just good. Even in a bad movie, he's good in the movie. And this movie was okay overall. It could have been better. I saw one review on. I'll put the link to the movie and all the stars that were in it in the description box. But it's centered on a few things, and a few things, if you watch the movie, you'll see there's a narrator that's running like it's almost like a pirate radio, I think. Her name is Jessica. You find that out later. So she's running this pirate radio station, or a radio station that's broadcasting in the area, and she's telling people kind of what's going on within government and the areas. And so when the movie starts, it opens up, it gives you a little glimpse of what they're talking about. Now mind you, this just came out, so it came out with the whole pandemic thing has already been with us since 2020, since March, actually before March of 2020. But she mentions COVID camps. That was in the beginning of the movie. That got my ears buzzing. She mentioned that many died and they could no longer run services. So many people died in cities, etc., around the country, and basic services could no longer be run, whatever the services were. So the people that were not in camps, I guess, were living wherever they were living. And she mentions that Marauders raped and pillaged throughout the areas, the cities, and then people started migrating. Hordes of people started migrating towards the country where they knew people had stockpiled goods, or they knew where people were prepping. So a couple of things when you watch the movie, you'll see that. There's a man in the movie. The plot line in the movie is okay. It's kind of, it just could have been a lot better of a survivalist type movie to me. They could have did a lot more with it. But there's this ex-FBI agent that became a survivalist, I guess. So he's holed up in the country. His name's Ben, and he's one of the stars of the movie. And he's holed up there, and there's several flashbacks with him and his dad on the farm that they're living on. And his dad, I guess, was a gambler and kind of tried to right his life towards the end. But the dad is telling him, hey, you need to beef up security here. You need to get more whatever. You need to get more guns, more ammo. So And during the movie, the narrator girl, Jessica, comes on and she's blurping out these things that are going on. So John Malkovich runs this group of Marauders, I guess they are, and they're driving around in like an armored car, like an armored truck or some kind of truck that they've got like rigged up for them. They've got weapons and some ammo, and John Malkovich has this vision in his head that he's going after this one girl who's not a carrier of the virus, and God's telling him, I guess, to breed this girl and propagate the human race again because so many people have died. So that's what's in his head. His followers are looking across the countryside for this girl who ends up at this ex-FBI agent's house on the farm. And so Malkovich and this guy they follow her there, they track her there, and they get into it. And one of the things you'll see when you watch the movie is ammunition is very, very low, and it seems to be low on both sides, both the guy that runs has the countryside estate or the countryside house in the country, and then Malkovich and his crew have some guns, but they're low on ammo too, so they've got to be careful how much ammo they spend. They get into this bluffing game on ammo. Anyway, the girl comes on again, and I wanted to hear more I actually wanted to hear more in the movie of what the girl narrator was saying, because that's what was piquing my interest. So the virus had shut down manufacturing, and therefore goods couldn't be made or delivered. So people suffered in that regard. There was a shutdown of goods. Does it sound familiar to what we're seeing today, to what we're witnessing in the supply chain that's going on, particularly here in this country? You could see them alluding to things that manufacturing was shut down. Are they giving us a forewarning of what's coming? These are the things I think about when I watch these movies. So another thing she says in the movie, the narrator does, is that health officials are meeting virtually to discuss the pandemic. So they're meeting virtually to discuss this pandemic and figure out what kind of mandates or things they want to do. Law enforcement in the movie is sick and has either got too sick or died off or whatever, and so that's why there's nobody coming. There's no 911 you could call. So basically you're on your own if you're in this scenario. And then there's one scene of the narrator saying that there's no more government and the president has just died. That kind of struck a little chord with me too. No more government, or the government's totally broken down. The president has died. And so they don't really get into the ramifications of that. It focuses more on now John Malkovich trying to get this girl. The homeowner is trying to protect her. And so John Malkovich has this vision of him breeding her. So that's kind of where the movie went. I would have liked to have seen more development on what the actual narrator was talking about, and maybe showed some scenes of what these COVID camps looked like. Were they sick people that went to the camps, or were they people that didn't take a certain thing in their arm that went to the camp? So that's what I was hoping to see more of as the movie progressed, and I didn't see it. So, I mean, overall it was okay to watch. So if you can get a chance to watch it, it'll get you thinking. But I'm going to be posting some more reviews on some movies that I have watched in the past. I'll give you a list of what I saw. I've been going back and forth with New York Prepper on my picks, and he's been sending me his picks. And so some of these movies I saw and I watch again. I watch them over and over, some of them. One of them is the Blackout. I watch that over and over. That's a good one. But anyway, this movie's The Survivalist, 2021. I recommend it. It's not off the charts good. It's good to get you thinking, to get you feeling, and to get you to act. If you're short on supplies, if you haven't put certain things up, just get your mind in the right spot, in case you've wandered away and forgotten all that we're going through right now. So that's my I guess my review on this movie. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay ready. More videos to come. Anthony signing off.